Hey, so this is my review on the movie Bombshell. So if you like biographies, political thrillers, or anything about real life, political movies, news, and things like that, this is a good review for you. Probably a movie you might want to see. So this is the first review that I've done in a very long time, and I'm going to tell you some of the things that I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about the plot. In every review that I do, I'm also going to talk about real world implications and how it relates to news today. We're going to talk about the cast and the directors and the makers of the movie. We'll do a little bit on cinematography. We'll also talk about the good and the bad and the ugly of the movie, whether it's memorable or not, and is it worth going to the theater to see? It costs a lot of money to go to the theaters to see a movie. So we want to see if it's theater worthy or can you just wait till streaming? And last but not least, I will rate the movie. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, our first review of the movie Bombshell.
You have to adopt the mentality of an Irish street cop. The world is a bad place. People are lazy morons. Minorities are criminals. Sex is sick but interesting. Ask yourself what would scare my grandmother or piss off my grandfather. And that's a Fox story.
Oh, it makes so much sense.
Women are everywhere. We're letting them play golf and tennis now.
HR's on the phone because you called me a skirt.
Yeah, I gotta read that manual again.
The attitude off camera was even worse. You're a man-hater. Learn to get along with the boys. You're sexy, but you're too much work. I have a whole list.
Will other women come forward?
You may have heard there was a dust-up involving yours truly and presidential contender Donald Trump.
There was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever.
Oh my God, did he just accuse me of anger menstruating? Wait, am I gonna be the story? No. No. I'm gonna be the story. No.
Nobody stops watching because of a conflict. They stop watching when there isn't one.
I want to convince you that I belong on air, Mr. Ailes. I think I'd be freaking phenomenal on your network.
I could pluck you out and move you to the front of the line. But I need to know that you're loyal. I need you to find a way to prove it.
I'm the bad guy.
You know why Roger's got that door blocking his office.
Someone has to speak up. Someone has to get mad.
Fox News star Gretchen Carlson dropped a major bombshell today.
What is she doing?
This could kill Fox News.
We need everyone on Team Roger.
Get it on. Put it on.
These are the end times.
You do understand I have to be above this, right?
You know the entire country is talking about your period right now.
So you're a tough guy, like you really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy, just always so puff.
Sweetheart, this is an island of safety and truth.
There's a man!
Ready to go to war?
Oh, yeah.
So here we go. The movie Bombshell. What's it about? Roger Ailes, if you don't know, he was the head of Fox News for many, many years. Rupert Murdoch owns the News Corporation, the owner of Fox News, and Roger Ailes was, he worked directly for him. He was a very, very big figure in the news world. Made Fox News the #1 cable show on cable television, the #1 news show on cable television. And he was, far as stature goes and influence, Roger Ailes was the big guy. So this movie is about his downfall, sexual harassment, his sexual exploits of the women in Fox News. And there was a lot to tell, a lot to unpack there. Recently, there was a movie on Showtime called The Loudest Voice in the Room, which was a mini series, about 7 episodes covering the same topic, and was more in depth, more character development, and it was overall a much better show. But if you want to tighten that all up and put it into an hour and a half, I would say Bombshell did that for me. But I enjoyed the Loudest Voice in the Room a whole lot better. Who are the main characters? We have Roger Ailes, as we talked about. You know Megyn Kelly, who was on Fox for a long time. Then she was hired by NBC. Very pretty woman. That's important because she was a major topic in the movie Bombshell. Then there was Gretchen Carlson, who I would say she brought the House of Cards down with her lawsuit against Fox or Roger Ailes. And then there were some fictional characters, a girl named Kayla Pop Pistol or something like that. I don't know. Her role was played by, what was her name? Margot Robbie. I like Margot Robbie and everything that she does. I, Tanya, and she was in Suicide Squad, things like that. So I really like her. Another movie with Will Smith that I really enjoyed. Let's look at the political implications of this movie. In this very, very divisive split world, people are taking sides. You're either red, you're blue, you're right wing, you're liberal, you're left wing. And so people are going to be, there's going to be a visceral, emotional reaction to the movie, sometimes before even seeing it. Some people just won't see it because they think it's a hit piece on Fox, a hit piece on the right, a hit piece on conservative news and radio. I don't think that's what it was meant to be, but people will see it that way anyway. I saw so many social network posts of people saying that I don't want to see it, it's junk, why don't you talk about Harvey Weinstein or do a movie about Bill Cosby or the liberal Hollywood media and all things like that. But I think this was a bigger story because Roger Ailes was such a huge figure, both literally and figuratively and physically. So that's what the movie is really about. It's not about attacking Fox News, and though it may be, that's not the way I viewed it. But people will take sides, and that's why it's not going to do very well, because any movie that any portrayal, whether it's book, movie, TV show, news story, anything that has anything to do with politics today is going to be split down the middle, and there's going to be a large segment of people that won't like it. If you're a Trump supporter or if you're a right-wing conservative, you're not going to support the movie at all. Let's talk about the cast. First of all, it was directed by Jay Roach. Jay Roach has, quite a good career in Hollywood. But the main players, Charlize Theron, Nicole Kidman, Margot Robbie, and John Lithgow as Roger Ailes. I would say the acting was good. It wasn't great. It wasn't mind-blowing. It wasn't even Oscar-worthy, but it did the trick. I saw Megyn Kelly. I saw Charlize Theron on a talk show, and she looks just like Megyn Kelly in the movie, and she had the great makeup work. John Lithgow had great makeup work, and they just did a really, really good job of making the actors and actresses look like the real life characters. Malcolm McDowell, he's been around since Planet of the Apes and before. He played as Rupert Murdoch, the owner of Fox. So the cast was well put together, was very, very good. What about a surprise? Kate McKinnon from Saturday Night Live fame, very, very funny lady. Hard to take serious because it's almost like watching Will Ferrell in a serious movie or Adam Sandler in a serious movie. You're like, where's the punchline? When am I gonna laugh? You never really laugh. Kate McKinnon played as a lesbian in the movie, and she was a lesbian working at Fox News. So if you know Fox News, it's very conservative. It's not a place where they would probably hire gay people, not on purpose. So Kate McKinnon played as a woman who had to hide her sexuality at the workplace. And she did a really good job doing it. And she befriended Kayla, which was a fictional producer. And Kayla was all in. She was all about Fox and wanted to do really well there and move up the ladder. All right, the good. So the good, the bad, the ugly. The good was the acting, as I said before, particularly Charlize Theron and John Lithgow, which were the central points, or the central characters of the movie. She played Megyn Kelly, and he played Roger Ailes. The acting was very, very good. So I give it, a thumbs up on the acting. The bad, it just wasn't as good as The Loudest Voice in the Room, and it was a little bit campy about a serious subject. Sexual harassment, workplace harassment is a very serious subject with all the Me Too movement and the Time's Up movement. This movie kind of just made too much light of the matter, and I think some women will be offended by that. And there was not really any ugly. It was just a movie that's, going into my next topic, it wasn't very memorable. I mean, it's for the times now, but 10, 15 years, 20 years from now, you'll say, hey, did you see Bombshell? And you'll go, what? Who was in that? I don't remember that movie. It's not going to be something that's memorable. So, like I said, 20 years from now, I could be wrong, but I doubt that it will even hit the radar. So not a very memorable movie. What about my next topic, which is the category is movie theater or streaming? Can you wait for it to hit streaming? I say it's not worth the $20. Even if you get the matinee at $10 and you're still going to pay $8 to $10 for popcorn and maybe a drink, it's not worth spending $25 on. It's worth microwave popcorn and sitting at home on your couch and pausing when you have to pee. That's like, I enjoyed it. It's just not something that I would say waste your money on. Wait till it hit Netflix or at Prime Video or something like that. Then check it out. So I'm going to give it I'm just starting this rating process. So for now, I'm going to give it a 3, minimum 2.8, meaning that it was right there in the middle where you will finish the movie because you want to see what happens in the end. But it's just not a movie that needs to go past 3 stars. All right. So that is my review on Bombshell. Check it out when it comes on streaming. Talk to you guys later. So long.